So I think that a lot of people will find comfort in what I'm about to release. I know in the past I could make a lot of sense about God, but then when you throw in something like UFOs, it makes you question if maybe, God had this big part of the story he didn't tell us about. Because if God were real, then he would have enlightened us somewhat on these other creatures from different planets, whatever. And so every time I've heard about UFOs, my heart kind of goes, what's going on? So obviously, if you keep up with the news, you know there's a lot going on in the skies, and the government's getting ready to release information of some kind or discuss it. And at some point in time, probably about 6 weeks ago, no, it was a bit longer than that. Anyway, I was watching one of the UFO videos, and I saw this vision of pretty much all these points of light being drawn out of somewhere and then concentrated. And then God kind of chuckled. He's pretty funny when he's not tormenting me. But he showed me this image, and I said, "Oh, is that you?" And he said, "Yes, that's me." And then he reminded me of the Bible verse in Acts about the end times and pouring his spirit upon the earth. And he said there will be wonders in the sky. And he said, these are my wonders. They keep people wondering. And I have learned over the past 10 months that God definitely has certain things that he controls directly in a way that would shock most people. Electricity is one of them. If I plug my phone in, he can make it charge super fast. He can make it charge slower. He's shown me like so many ways that he can harness his resources, which is essentially pretty much his body. But light and darkness is something that he has absolute control over. And he pretty much showed me how he is playing with mankind. He is playing with those that don't believe in him. And he is making sure that these end times are frightening and yet harmless. I mean, I find that in many ways God gives us panic and fears and then doesn't actually, they don't come of anything. Granted, there's a lot of things that are going on the earth that do come of things. Obviously, coronavirus, that's from him. The crown of the corona is not a mistake. God doesn't make mistakes, and he plans things to a detailed level that most people would be shocked at. He names things. He leads people places. He's absolutely all powerful. So, for some of you who have been thinking maybe God doesn't have any control over these UFOs, I assure you that God has let me know repeatedly and directly that he controls the light. He's wanting me to point out, which I'm going to cover in another video, but while you're here, anything on earth that is going on that simply just doesn't follow a normal pattern and doesn't make sense, and experts are befuddled or no one knows, those are, I'm clearly seeing directly from him. I'll cover it in another video, but we have a lot of animals going berserk. We have a lot of earthquakes in places that there aren't normally earthquakes. There's so much going on in the world right now that is from him, but one of the key ways you can identify that, and this is true in your own life too, you might have a conversation with someone that just doesn't make sense, doesn't quite add up. Anytime you feel this sense of, wait, this is a little off, it's usually from him. And I don't know how often he does this in unbelievers' lives. I know that he has his finger very close, very, very close for some people. And I know that for other people, they're kind of on a longer leash. I haven't totally figured all that out yet, but no doubt he's going to share it. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you what the Lord God Almighty said about UFOs, and he was very clear. There's absolutely no reason at all to fear these. They are lights, and he is moving them. It's pretty simple. I know, like, it's just hard to say, oh, wow, he's doing that, because he said in the Bible he'd do that, and because it's causing a ruckus down here on earth. And he fully intends to create a very challenging and difficult environment over the next several years. Peace be with you.